Hey, welcome back, and in today's video we're going to be playing some more Pokemon Champions! In my last video we were doing some ranked battles using only an ice team. I still am doing that. I was in Great Ball tier last video. I have battled my way up to Ultra Ball tier using that same ice team. Well, I can't say the same ice team because I've made quite a bit of adjustments to it, as you can see. We'll talk about that in a second. I also was using a bit of this rain team right here to help out, but I don't really know how good it's gonna do in Ultra Ball. Heck, I don't even know how good this ice team is gonna do, to be honest with you. But the changes that I made, as you can see, I've put in some other Pokemon here. I've been doing some work with the Crab. I got the Frostlass in here. She's a little bit faster than Glaceon. She's actually a lot bit faster than Glaceon, and actually hits harder than she does. She can also set snow when she comes out and Mega Evolves. She can put up the Aurora Veil. I can't really use her with the Mega Crabominable, obviously, but you know, the team's not perfect. Almost after every battle, I am making changes and slight little tweaks and things like that. But so far the team has done pretty good. It's taken me through Pokeball tier, it's taken me through Great Ball tier, and now let's see if we can climb up to the Ultra Ball tier. See that? Ultra Ball, we made it. We're gonna go through the Ultra Ball tier and see if we can make it to Master Ball tier using this team. Now if that doesn't work out, I'll be sad and disappointed. I'll keep trying to tweak this team and make it as good as possible, but I do have a couple of other teams. I have subscribed as well, so I have like access to all the boxes and all the Pokemon. I got plenty of room for teams. We'll find something that works, and we're gonna get us to Master Ball one way or another, but I'm really hoping that we can do that using this ice team right here. So this is the worst case scenario for me, being an ice team. We've got the Whimsicott and the Charizard, and that is a deadly combo. You know, the Charizard Mega Evolving, setting the drought, busting off Whimsicott's Chlorophyll, setting the Tailwind, speeding up Charizard, hitting a fat Heat Wave, melting all of my ice Pokemon. You know what I mean. That's kind of what I've been dealing with. So I have some thoughts on how I'm going to deal with this. And it actually doesn't involve snow. And I truly don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to give it our best try anyway. Golly, I don't think I've ever done this without using Ninetales before. I've got to use Ninetales. I'm going to go with this team, not using any of my Mega Evolvers for this particular battle. This is kind of where I'm not going to cry if I lose. I'll tell you that. This is kind of where there's like trial and error, so to speak. I don't know what's actually going to work here to take down Charizard. He didn't start with the Whimsicott, but we still took the Intimidate from that Incineroar. Incineroar is still a very difficult Pokemon for me to deal with. We do have the Rock Slide. And I think that Incineroar right there has Fake Out, I want to say. Like I said, it's trial and error. Let's try to fake out the Charizard. Oh, mama, that does it every time right there. That's devastating. And let me tell you, Incineroar is a beefy, bulky boy. Even super effective attacks, a lot of them just seem to bounce off the guy, honestly. My only other plan or idea that I have right now is to try to Rock Slide, and then we'll switch out to the Ninetales to set the snow. This will bust off our Slush Rush, and hopefully I'll be able to outspeed I should be able to one-shot Charizard, even Mega Evolved with a Rock Slide. He's not going to Mega Evolve. You know what I didn't think about too is that he would have Mega Evolved after I switched gen, which would have set the heat, which would have made it to where I'm not as fast as I should be. And now I'm probably going to lose the match right here because... Owie, I don't have Aurora Veil up. And I'm just getting onslaughted by fire Pokemon at this point. Oh, that's why you use a Focus Sash. Man, you guys are eating up a lot of damage that I'm trying to do here. Can I set the Aurora Veil? Because that would probably help the rest of this match go the way I need it to go. That's fine. Well, I don't know if it's fine, actually, because Incineroar will never die to this Rock Slide. Ah, 3%! Please flinch, at least. Good job. At least we got the Aurora Veil up. That'll protect the rest of our Pokemon. These guys are already wore out. They're ready to go back to the Pokemon Center. Incineroar did flinch. I don't know why he's not going to Mega Evolve that Charizard. What do you have on that Charizard where you're not going to Mega Evolve it? Or have it in a Sunny Day team? Well, you're an Ultra Ball rank, so you must know a little bit about what you're doing, right? Aha! It was up his sleeve. It was up his sleeve this whole time. What's going to happen now is Beartic is not going to be very fast. I'm going to rely on Ninetales Blizzard right here to just pick up the double KO. Now that could have gone any which way because Blizzard only has a 70% accuracy if it's not in the snow. So that was a lucky shot right there. Poor Beartic, it's okay. Okay, so now this guy's gonna send out Whimsicott and the T-Tar. The T-Tar. This can go any which way at this point. I'm gonna try to one-shot that T-Tar. And what's unfortunate is that I don't have another Pokemon that can set snow by switching. I'm gonna have to rely on Ninetales' ridiculous speed to try to Snowscape. I don't think I'm gonna outspeed the Whimsicott. And he is gonna Tailwind. And then it's just a matter of who's actually faster. T-Tar is, and that's devastating for me. There's not much I can do at this point. Is it a loss for me? Probably. Probably just lost. But you're telling me there's a chance. I'm gonna high horsepower. I'll never kill that T-Tar with a high horsepower. Are you kidding me? We'll never kill that T-Tar. Do Pokemon get stat boosts in the Sandstorm? Do they get like plus 50 special attack or something? Let's go with a fake out, probably into the T-Tar. If he protects, I'm out of here. Okay, there we go. So that was only 10% health, but man, it was a crit. Goodness me. I'm gonna take a fat Moonblast to the face. I can't believe I survived. T-Tar's gonna flinch and then take a big high horsepower to the face and die. No! I really needed that Weevil. I don't think there's anything this Whimsicott can ever do to one-shot me. However, like an absolute ignoramus, I put on Stomping Tantrum instead of Icicle Crash. So is this gonna be easy? I don't know. Mamoswine can still do an awful lot of damage with Ice Shard. See? And I don't think there's anything that this thing could do. I take that back. I immediately take that back. Wow. And my Aurora Veil wore off. So it's basically like if this Ice Shard doesn't kill this Whimsicott. Why did I put Stomping Tantrum on? I was just thinking of that damage. Okay, that's the win. That was very close. Let's never ever do that again. Well, see, Icicle Crash can still miss though, can't it? We always have that chance. You're always taking a chance when you put on a move that has not 100% accuracy. You're taking that risk. But do I want to take that risk? I think so, because Icicle Crash is pretty good. I could take a 2-turn kill and turn it into a 1-turn kill. So I'm gonna tell you, I don't always, that was a close call. I don't always win like that. We're gonna jump right into the next match here and see if we can keep the momentum rolling. That was interesting, actually. If you think about that last fight, I just feel like the only reason why I didn't get absolutely just steamrolled is because of his setup. Like, he just didn't send out the right Pokemon at the right time. I would have teamed up the Charizard with the Whimsicott, like how I was saying, but that's just me. I don't really use those Pokemon. That's just how I think I would do that. We have another very interesting setup here. I'm seeing the Incineroar. I'm seeing a lot of shiny Pokemon here. That's always fun. Let's go ahead and go with... taking a good hard look. That Torterra is not going to last against me. Everything else, though, could still be a pretty decent threat. What do you guys think of that Meowstic? Is that what that thing's called? The Meowstic? If that thing Trick Rooms, which I think it's going to, then let me tell you something about Crabominable. Okay. I think I am going to bring Beartic. It's kind of a risk. Crabominable is an amazing counter to Trick Room teams. I welcome them. Please, use Trick Room. I will send out my absolute freak of a crab. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have started with the crab. I don't know. I don't like Intimidate. I don't like Incineroar. Let's see. One of us is probably going to take a Fake Out. Is that safe to say? And the Crabominable does not want to play around with that Meowstic. I know it's a risk to put everything into that Incineroar, but I hate Incineroar. That's my most hated Pokemon. I'm sorry to those who love Incineroar. Incineroar is not my friend. He's not my buddy. Now that hurt. That hurt a lot because I don't have my snow set up. That's the risky... Oh, no way! You're still gonna take this Drain Punch and die. And the Trick Room happened, but unfortunately my crab is so useless now with the burn. Son of a gun. Burn is such a good stat. It's never ever been bad. Especially with me, most of my Pokemon are physically attackers. That's bad. That's a T-Rex. What should we do about that Tyrannosaurus Rex that just entered the field? I feel like I gotta do something about this Meowstic or I'm just gonna regret that, right? Do you think that thing is gonna maybe try to... Maybe gonna try to rock slide? I guarantee my crab is slower than all of these things. The only thing my crab is not slower than is like a Slowbro. Head smash in the face. You almost got me. Expanding force. You almost got me again. I don't have the snow up and I'm still kind of like... not really doing that bad of a job, I guess. Should I go with the rock slide? I can't remember if my Mamoswine was faster or slower or what the heck. I feel like a switch out would just be a good idea here. Oh, if only my crab was not burned. That punch would be devastating your face. See, I was thinking about doing a wide guard. And now I hate myself for not doing it. That's the whole reason why I put it on there, so I don't have to take rock slides. Okay, my opponent is doing very well. Very well indeed. Is there anything we can do to turn this around? Well, I'm not down and out yet. We do have Ninetales coming out, setting the snow with snow warning. Beartic coming in with the Slush Rush, getting the double speed. It's a bit of a risk, but I think I want to Aurora Veil. We still have Trick Room up, right? So I guess I'm just a dumbass because I'm just not. This guy's just going to outspeed everything I do. Oh man, it's bad. I wish I had some priority moves on these guys, but that's okay. I feel like that getting this thing out of here is just going to be the best thing to do. Wasn't I saying that? That's the risk you take. That is the risk you take. There's a big blizzard picking up the KO on the Tyrantrum. And then as long as this doesn't miss, we've got an Icicle Crash. Should pick up the KO into this Meowstic. Not too bad, but now I gotta deal with this guy's other two Pokemon, and I think we still have Trick Room up, which is terrible. Okay. Oh, I guess only one. So I killed this other one already. What can we do to this Goodra? It's hard to say. That thing is Steel type. I don't really know all of its moves. And I'm pretty sure Trick Room is still up and going. So this thing's going to outspeed and use something called Shelter, which makes his defense rise sharply. It's not really going to help you against Blizzard. And hopefully it doesn't save you from this. Bulky boy, but he is getting hurt. Let's see the Citrus Berry. The Twisted Dimensions return to normal. That is so sad for you. I think I'm just gonna go with another close combat. Let's not take any chances. I want to scoop up this win. And there it is. So here we are, you know, we're hanging in there in the Ultra Ball tier with the nice team. Look at that. You don't see no Incineroar on my team. You don't see no Charizard melting everything to powder on my team. Okay, I better not get cocky because that's what's going to cause me to lose. But hey, look at that. We're getting up there. We're almost rank 3 in Ultra Ball. Right? See, that's another reason not to get cocky, right? I might be an Ultra Ball tier, but I'm way up here at the... I'm way down here at the bottom. Climbing up there. We're climbing up there. We're going to get there. Alright, let's go ahead and jump right into another battle. I want you guys to go ahead and comment below. Who is your favorite ice Pokemon? Which one? I like Walrein. It's kind of my favorite Pokemon ever, period. But I feel like ever since they changed Hail to Snowscape, Walrein's not allowed. He's just too big and fat and bulky of a boy. They don't want him in the game anymore. What do we have here? I'm seeing that Serena. I've seen a couple people use her. I have one of her as well. I'm seeing the Aerodactyl too. Excadrill is probably the biggest threat here. Excadrill is a threat. I'm gonna need to figure out how to deal with that threat. I kind of want to deal with it by punching it in the face. I think for this battle, we're going to be seeing that Frostlash shine. I think we're going to do this right here. I still like Mamoswine for this, but I don't know. We can do, oh man. Ooh, doggy. It's a tough decision, and I almost actually ran out of time there. We're going to try this. We're going to see if we can maybe overwhelm our opponents with blizzards from hell. Baba Booey. We got that Baba Booey. What a great start. What a great start. This sucks. So this is going to set sand. That's going to set the sand. What we're going to want to do is, gosh, is that necessary? Why did I put Nasty Plot on this? Let's go ahead and hit these guys with a blizzard that they'll never forget. Ninetales is gonna go ahead, and I would Snowscape, but I'm about to Mega Evolve, so why? I'm just gonna put up Aurora Veil. But that's why I run Snowscape, just in case people are trying to mess with my weather. Ninetales normally outspeeds a lot of things and can just reset that snow right away. So now we got the snow. You're also going to Mega Evolve. Does that reset the sand? Oh, you're kidding me! That is one thing that is awful about slower Pokemon in weather teams. They absolutely do such a good job with that. That did a lot of damage, okay? Calm down with that. Ninetales wasn't going to do jack anyway. I think you could Dragon Dance all you want and you'll never outspeed my Frostlass. That was close too. Alright, you guys are not nice. You guys are some not very nice guys. I didn't think about him Mega Evolving like that, and I really should have. You're kidding me! You're gonna outspeed everything? What? Okay. Let's look up Mega T-Tar's stats, because holy crap, I didn't think that thing could ever outspeed anything that I have. let's go ahead and send out these guys here. I'm pretty sure I not only lost, I got absolutely steamrolled here. And little mistakes like that can definitely cost you the entire game. The only thing I can think of to do, let's go ahead and fake that out. And I really don't know. Hopefully my Beartic will survive and maybe one-shot that T-Tar. And I still have 2 other Pokemon to deal with after this. What an excellent play right there. Weeble will go with the fake out and do nothing. You're still gonna outspeed, and wow. Well, this is in stark contrast to my first 2 battles that we did. I actually flinched right there, and I lost the entire game. I didn't lose the match. I lost the entire game. That was absolutely horrible. So things like that can happen. And when they do, we don't sit here and whine about it. We're not going to cry about it. We're going to learn from that experience. Okay, what did we do wrong? Well, you can't be a jackass and not get your snow set up, you know, when there's a snow team. The T-Tar Mega Evolving, I did not expect that, although I probably should have, but I totally wasn't even thinking about the Sandstream after it Mega Evolved. That's such a good move. So, that's kind of the one crummy thing about Frostlass, is that, you know, unfortunately it's a double-edged sword. Like, she is so fast, and it's great because she outspeeds so many things, but in a weather team, she always goes first, and whoever goes last is whoever's weather is going to happen. So, it's, the same thing happens to me when I do when I'm fighting against sunny day teams and fire teams and stuff like that. So, like I said, the best thing to do is just to learn from it. Don't die. Don't be a loser. Just learn from it. Aerodactyl. What kind of things can I do to one-shot that Aerodactyl? I hate Aerodactyl now, and I want it to be dead. I almost actually did one-shot it. Didn't a Blizzard from Frostlass take him down to like 8%? I'm also seeing the Chandelure, and I don't think it has Levitate or anything, right? It has like Flash Fire. So I think Mamoswine would be a really good idea here. Kind of concerned, but I really want to bring my Crab. No, I already got Frostlass. Let's bring, well, Ninetales and Beartic then. Ninetales and Beartic. So I've had to change this team up so many times. Like I said, I really like having Mamoswine. If I didn't have Mamoswine, I'd be running a Satitan, but I know that we're not allowed to use Satitan. And I like to do Satitan with Belly Drum and some high horsepower, taking out Incineroars all day long. Don't even care about your Intimidate, nothing like that bothers me. So here we have our Frostlass. She is going to put up Aurora Veil, and that's that. I'm going to go with a Rock Slide. Am I? I'm going to go with a Rock Slide here. So here goes the Mega Frostlass. Isn't she great? She's gonna go ahead and set up snow for me. That's awful. That's why I hate you. That's why I hate Aerodactyl. How are you so fast? You must be scarfed or something like that. That's... That is absolutely something else. So I'm gonna have... Come on. I'm gonna have to think of something faster. I do have my Weevil. It does have Fake Out. That is an option. We have Rock Slide too. Let's think here. I can't believe Rock Slide missed Aerodactyl. That's so stupid. You are both outspeeding my Beartic still. Are you kidding me? I know you guys have Tailwind. I gotcha. But Beartic is literally double the speed in the snow. I might as well have Tailwind too. Things to learn and keep in mind, I guess. That thing is incredibly high physical defense if it can take a close combat from my Beartic and just kind of not care that it did that. That speed is just out of this world. Wow. Okay. Things to think about and to take notes on and to learn. What are we learning from this fight? That if ever I'm gonna have to just study up some of the speed stats on these guys. I'm shocked that they are able to outspeed me. And maybe I sound like an idiot right now, but I had no idea they would be faster than my Beartic. That's nuts. I got you. I get that you have Tailwind. I understand that your speed is doubled. But dude, so is mine. I don't understand how that thing was just outspeeding me. We do have Choice Scarf. That is a thing. That can happen. That is a possibility. One other thing too that I forgot to do in this party is I wanted to have Freeze Dry, I think, on Frostlass some way, somehow. We're going to start with the Ninetales on this one. I see the Sneasler. That thing is not a joke. That's not a very fun Pokemon to have to deal with. And Frostlass just got slapped. That's why I didn't like Frostlass. That's why I didn't want to really use her, but she's very fast and hits very hard. She's not useless. And then Beartic normally does great for me, but I don't know, just for some reason. His speed, her speed, I guess it's a girl Pokemon. Mine's a girl anyway. I thought she'd be faster than that. I just thought she'd be faster. Right, here we go. We're going to take on the same thing. This time we're going to... I don't see anything that can set Tailwind here. So I'm going to go ahead and put up the Aurora Veil, which is never a bad idea. And we're going to go ahead and... That thing's physical defense is through the roof. Let's go ahead and try a Stomping Tantrum into the Sneasler. Or excuse me, a High Horsepower. I should really take Stomping Tantrum off. But hey, you guys gotta admit, I mean, if Stomping Tantrum does pop off, golly, that hits hard. I hate when people have to mess up me doing my Aurora Veil. How are you outspeeding? What the heck? What is that thing? How is it that fast? Oh man, okay, sorry, I'm getting frustrated. Never underestimate Fake Out. Oh my gosh, that can actually throw a wrench right into the cogs of anything that you have ticking in your ticker. This is a risk, but I am gonna try and Swords Dance here. Can I please get up Aurora Veil? It's almost the only way that I win matches is by having this move up, and everybody wants to screw it up, and I get it, because once I have this up, it's really hard to hurt me. I do have the Focus Sash, even if that does try to kill me. And a big Flash Cannon into my Ninetales is going to end Ninetales right there. Okay. Man, it's like I did so good the first two battles. There was nothing wrong with my tactics and my team building, and everything was really good, and there were no problems or issues, and then all of a sudden this. What is effective against Sneasler anyway? Let's try an Icicle Crash into that guy. I should outspeed, right? You don't have anything crazy up your sleeve, right? Here comes the Mega Crab, you guys. If there's anything that can save this particular match, it's going to be Crabominable at this point. See? When it does actually pop off, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. There's not much I can do here. And I'm gotten again. Is that 3 losses in a row now? Weird, it's just in stark contrast. It's like I would make some tweaks and some changes to my team, but I don't feel like I have enough information to really definitively be like, okay, well, this is what's causing this. This is why I'm losing now. Am I making bad choices here? I'm starting my matches incorrectly. I'm not using the correct Pokemon to start with. That could be true. I do have a Weevil. I could be doing a Fake Out, just like they do at the start of battle. I've actually used my Weevil to Fake Out Sneasler before because I actually do outspeed. Here's a team. Here's a team that we're gonna face off against. Let's see what to bring in this one. We got the Rotom Wash. We got the Rotom Wash. Rotom always has Levitate, right? So it's like a Freeze Dry. It's probably one of the only things. I want to try a... Oh, it's rough. We gotta just kind of go with it, though. Like I said, it is more of a learning experience than anything. We've got to learn. I've got to learn how to do this. Otherwise, I'm gonna end up having to retire my ice team because it's just not gonna get me to Master Ball. And I don't want to do that because that's what's cool about me. That's what's unique about me. I don't see anybody else on here rocking a full ice team. I see people rocking ice Pokemon. I see people rocking the Crabominable. I see people going with the Frostlass all day. I don't see nobody having a full team of just ice Pokemon. Maybe there are people out there. Maybe there are those. But I felt like that was something that was kind of unique about what I was doing. And I would hate to have to retire that idea. This is gonna be me trying to kill an Incineroar because I hate Incineroar. And let's see if this is a bad idea. So the fake out did pop off. We're only gonna do 8%. And golly! Yeah, body press is, it's extremely effective. Let's try close combat into the Incineroar. And just no way. Nowhere near. Oh, good. Alright, well, let's, realize some of the mistakes that we make. Let's realize some of the mistakes that we make, right? I should have snow up because I'm a snow team and I don't have snow up. That makes Beartic useless. So first of all, what am I doing there? That's a huge mistake. Yeah, I know, I'm running out of time here. I don't know. I'm starting to realize that I'm making mistakes, and that's what's causing me to lose, really. No, you might as well. You have nothing to worry about from me. That Mamoswine does, though. Or not the Mamoswine, but Incineroar. Just took a high horsepower to the face and died. Beartic going with a Rock Slide. It's going to do no damage. Which is interesting. It didn't say it resisted. How much defense does Corviknight have? So that's another thing that just clicked in my mind for some reason, is that my lack of knowledge for other Pokemon is also causing me problems. There are Pokemon that I just never use. Like, I never use T-Tar. I don't really jive with T-Tar that much. I don't like him that much. So therefore I don't really use him. But because of that reason, I don't know much about that thing's stats. And the same thing with Corviknight. I'm like flabbergasted at that thing's defense. I can't be mad about the Protect. It's just such a good move right here. That Corviknight is the threat. I mean, I can't hurt it with physical attacks. Just like I was saying, it's part of my setup. I definitely have this set up incorrectly. Just the Pokemon that I chose at first, the Pokemon that I have in backup reserve, it's just all wrong. And I think that's part of what's going on here. This is a delicate operation. Could I use meta Pokemon and do better? Probably. Probably. So how it becomes so fast? Maybe the last guy had a scarf and I wasn't paying attention to that. Maybe he could have had a scarf. Because it doesn't get Sandstream. It's not like its speed is doubled. Gosh, you guys have some bulky Pokemon. Low kick is super good. Okay, let's get the crab in here. I just feel like that's an extremely effective attack going into that T-Tar. The bulk is just so real. I'm almost jealous. I like bulky Pokemon. I almost want a Pokemon that could just stand there and not care. Excadrill could still get hurt by close combat too. Let's see if I can possibly be safe. Let's see if there's any hope that I could still win this match. If not, I'll probably do one more after this. Golly, that does a lot of damage. I've never gotten Body Press to do good damage with any Pokemon. Corviknight is special. We can try a Rock Slide. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Pretty bleak. Pretty sad. Pretty disappointed. It kind of bothers me, but you know. Because I was hoping to do a lot better. I was hoping that, like, the first two battles I was so excited. I was like, oh wow, I'm in Ultra Ball tier, but look at me, I'm actually, like, doing great here. You know what I mean? And it even said that I was on a 3-win streak. I was doing great. I don't know what happened all of a sudden. Let's actually pay attention. Let me try one more battle, okay? I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna stay in high hopes. A loss is a loss. Good. GG. GG, Grandini. I'm definitely losing more than what I was winning. What's going on? How come I can win some matches and not others? Let's look at that. I lost all my points, all the way down to the very bare minimum. How can we fix this? How can we fix this? Let's try another match and see if I can maybe identify exactly what's going on. Teams can always be changed. Teams can always be tweaked. I'm gonna make it to Master Ball one way or another. Even if I have to scrap my whole ice team, I can do that. I'm gonna do that. This looks like I'm going against a fire team, which is horrifying. Let's see what I can do to win. Milotic is why I have Freeze Dry. I do have a Charizard, and Charizard with the Mega Evolving and the Heat Wave and the Drought is really bad for me. Torkoal is also really kind of hard to take down sometimes. I think we'll go with Mamoswine. Do I want Frostlass at all? I still don't have Freeze Dry on her, and I really should. Let's try Frostlass and Weevil. And then we'll go Beartic, Ninetales. I'm going to change it to that, and the reason why I'm going to do that is because I think I can still one-shot that Charizard with a Rock Slide. And we'll try that from Beartic. It's trial and error. Obviously things are going to have to be changed. My team is going to have to be changed and rearranged. I just want to know exactly what I need to change, what's going to help me do just a little bit better here. I feel like switch-ins happen first and then Mega Evolving, so I should be able to get my Snow back up and still get Aurora Veil. And then my Beartic is gonna try a Swords Dance. However, I might be dead by next turn. But we gotta try some ideas. We gotta see if I can get a couple Pokemon to start with. Like maybe Froslass and Beartic are gonna be a really good team together. I don't know. This doesn't look good. Do we get a reveal up yet? There we go. Hopefully this will save my life. Big flamethrower. I'm gonna live though, somehow. Okay. Now if I had freeze dry, we would just end that little Mystic Clean right there. But I don't. I don't want to do that yet. Let's do a close combat into the Rotom Wash. That's not very nice, is it? Let's do it anyway. I'm surprised. I'm surprised you survived that. Big Blizzard, picking up the KO into both of you guys. So far, not a bad start. Not a bad pair of teammates, right? Beartic and Froslass. Not bad. I feel like this guy has some weather coming in. There it is. Okay, now we're in trouble. So we're gonna switch into Ninetales. Okay, so this is the issue, is that we're gonna try a switch in to get the snow back up, and it's not gonna work. So what should we do? Should I even bother switching out? That's kind of how I'm feeling. Should I even bother switching out? I'm just gonna have to go for it. Yeah, we know what you're doing. Could have done a little bit more damage. I'm gonna kiss my mother Froslass goodbye, but at least she got her Shadow Ball off before she died. Rock Slide. Get the KO into the Charizard. Don't tell me what that little guy there is getting ready to do, though. What are you getting ready to do? Big Eruption? Yeah. Throw the Roarveil up, and it's gonna save me. Barely, though. Gosh, that sunlight really helps them out, doesn't it? Let's go ahead and get Ninetales out now. Rid of the drought. Oh, is that their only Pokemon? Oh, okay. I've been fighting my heart out. Okay, so that was better. Maybe it's just about kind of my starting team there, and just kind of having a better setup. Having a better setup. I'm thinking about it. This video is super duper long already. I think I'm gonna end it here. And I might try a little bit more of that setup with the Froslass and the Beartic kind of going through. I'll do some more battling off camera and stuff like that, and see if we can tweak this team just a little bit more. See what we can maybe take away, see what we can maybe add, see what other things we can change to improve. Because I think if we're going to get through the Ultra Ball tier with this team, we're gonna have to really overanalyze every little thing that's going on here. This is a really hard team to be able to go through. You know what I mean? Like, if I lose, I get upset about it, but in the end, it's honestly, I'm trying to use an ice team against a meta that I feel like is mostly fire Pokemon, and it's just rough. It's a rough go. But I'm gonna stay dedicated and vigilant to this. If not, I might put a little bit more time, energy, and effort into my rain team. But I'm gonna stay really hopeful that my ice team can climb the ranks here. Obviously not with what I'm doing right now. I'm winning maybe. But I started this. I won 2, but it was like a 3-win streak because I didn't film the first match, and then I think I lost like. So I'm right at probably about a 50-50 win rate, give or take, maybe on average. It's not terrible. That's not terrible. But yeah, like, we gotta change some things though if we want those bigger wins. I don't know if Nasty Plot is gonna really be that great of an idea. I was thinking of like a plan of where maybe I do Ninetales, Frostlass. Ninetales can set up the Auroraville, Frostlass can set up a Nasty Plot, and then I just go ham after that. If Frostlass can get a Nasty Plot up, I'm pretty sure Blizzard would one-shot a lot of things and devastatingly hurt just about anything else. Even if you resist ice, the damage is just so high. However, the kind of some of the differences between changing out Frostlass and Glaceon. Glaceon's a much more bulky of a Pokemon and is able to take more hits than Frostlass. Frostlass is very squishy little girl. She will get squished. Whereas Glaceon has the defense and the special defense there to kind of hang in there. However, Frostlass can do the Snow Warning on Mega Evolve, which is pretty unique. So it just kind of depends. I do have some other options though. We do have a Glalie. I do have a lot of Pokemon. I think I have all the ice Pokemon, as a matter of fact, maybe. And we'll kind of, I don't know, I'll take a look and see what other options we have. Avalugg, I've never really gotten him to work very well, but he does have potential. He does have potential. If you try to physically attack this thing with Snow and Auroraville up, you're gonna bounce right off of it. I've not really found a situation where that's helping me, which is why I really liked Frostmoth. Frostmoth, is that the name of that thing? Frostmoth has ridiculous special defense. It has Ice Scales, I think is the name of the ability, which means he takes half damage from special attacks. And then you have Auroraville, which you're taking half damage from special attacks again from that. So I've had things use, like big things, use Flamethrower into that Frostmoth and it do maybe 20% health. I'm not kidding. And then Quiver Dance on top of that, you're raising your special defense even more. Hey, you could even try out an Assault Vest on that thing. Alright, whatever. Let's stop talking about Pokemon that aren't even in the game. I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. If you liked that video, please let me know by leaving me a thumbs up. I'm going to keep tweaking on this team. I want to be able to climb up through the Ultra Ball tier with it, and until I just come to an absolute brick wall and I can't take Ice Pokemon any further, I am going to keep trying to climb up. I am going to try to take this team to Master Ball. And I don't know how far I'll get, but whatever, that's the Ice type challenge. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great night. Catch me in the next one. We'll see you later.